Hi friends, it's Linda. Happy Easter. It is Easter Sunday, very late afternoon, so I'm hoping I've got enough natural light that you'll be able to see these journals I'm here to show you today. I have finished two nearly identical little journals, and they are, as you can see, inspired by Gayle Agostinelle's Gayle's Gals and also her feed sack digitals. And I am very excited. I've been wanting to use these in a journal for quite a while, and since Mother's Day is coming, I thought it would be a perfect time to do some journals with these adorable digitals. So they are almost identical, so I'm going to flip through one of them and then I'll flip through the other one just silently and quickly. So let's start with the first one. These are going to be listed in my Etsy shop probably later today or Monday morning. So if you are a follower of my Etsy shop, JoyfulMakesAndFinds, you should get a notification when these have hit the shop. Otherwise, I guess the best bet would be to look for them Monday morning if you're interested. Okay, so let's get going and looking at these. This journal was made from, the cover is a paper bag, and it is folded in half, covered with fabric. This is a vintage linen piece that actually has some embroidery on it. Then you'll see the embroidery on the second journal. And then I added one of Gayle's Gals. I added this piece of Kathy Holden fabric that kind of wraps around the spine. And is a little bit of one of Gayle's feed sack digitals and some vintage trim and some of a little handmade dangle. And it closes with some crocheted trim. I put leather corners and eyelets for closing. It's a one signature. It has about 15 or 16 actual sheets, so it is about 30 to 34 sides sheets. Goodness, I can't get those words out. In the front cover here, you can see I created a pocket from the fabric cover. And inside of this front pocket is a letter from me in this Liberty of London patterned envelope and, and a library card. I covered the inside here with a vintage doily. And we're already fiddling. I tell you, whenever I film, I fiddle for some reason. Okay, and then I just added this little fabric. It's a Liberty of London fabric snippet with a handmade with love charm on a bulb pin. This is one of Gayle's feed sack digitals. They are so happy and colorful. I just love them. And then inside of this pocket, I put a card. It's an old bingo card. It says, "I'm not great at advice. May I interest you in a sarcastic comment?" I used the snarky comment, I don't know what it's called. It's a Tim Holtz pad, and it has funny sayings, and I just absolutely love them. So anyway, and some of Gayle's Gals, and that's right in here. I will try to credit, I didn't use too many different digitals other than Gayle's for this one, but I will credit them all in the description box. I'm sorry. Some of my coffee dyed paper, some avocado dyed lined paper, a page from a 1940s yearbook, I love these ladies in their coats and their scarves. I can remember my mom wearing scarves on her head that way when I was growing up. This is one of Gayle's beautiful feed sack digitals. These ladies, I have to tell you, these are actually my husband's relatives, but he doesn't know who they are. Nobody seems to know who they are, but they were in his family's box of photos. Is that not funny? And they're saying, "You smell like drama and a headache. Please get away from me." Not very nice, but funny. And I just love these ladies. So I covered the back with some, with an index card. So I used several of the Tim Holtz snarky comments in this book with these ladies because it's just fun. They make me smile, and the comments are great. This is a page from a vintage gardening book that I have, and this is another paper bag, and I put this fun cornflakes girl with her corn hat. It's an old vintage ad from Kellogg's cornflakes. I love that. And then I just created a little tuck here with the this side of the paper bag. Some avocado dyed paper, some coffee dyed paper, a green ledger, one of Gayle's feed sacks digitals, and then I made this card with this great lady in her pink stove and her snazzy dress. I just love that. And I backed it with some of the coordinating feed sack fabric. Feed sack digital. And then this is a little, I think this was from a Pink Monarch Prints, one of her simple, super simples kits. This pretty little rose card. And then this is another page from that gardening book, which I thought the colors were really fun together. And a fabric flip that I made. I can't remember, this was from some kind of a charm pack, but I can't remember what the fabric is. And then some vintage trim. This is more of the feed sack. I think this is my favorite feed sack fabric. This is the center of the signature, and I added some pretty beads, matched the colors, and one of Gayle's there. And then this page is features a paper bag, and it's gusseted, so you could put like a ton of stuff in there. What I added was just a simple undecorated pink tag that you can either journal on or decorate yourself. And this fun lady, she says, "Relax, we're all crazy. It's not a competition." And I covered a tag with some S&H green stamps and affixed this fun lady on the front. And this is one of my favorite dyed seam bindings. I got it in an Etsy shop a year or two ago, and I haven't been able to find it again, but I sure do love the way it's dyed. And so I created just a little pocket in the flap of the bag for this, and then of course the paper bag holds a bunch, and then I tucked 2 tags here from that same digital. I just covered them and put some pretty seam binding, and I just love this page. So there's a lot that you can add to it. Vintage gardening page. This pocket has, this is my goodness, I have had this paper with these crazy fun ladies for so long, I don't even know where it came from. I mean, I think I've had it 10 years. And I use just little bits of it here and there, and I love it. So I just covered a Project Life card with it to make a journal card, tucked them in there. And then here's a little glassine envelope that has some faux postage stamps and some tickets and such that you can use in the journal. And another little strip of the digital. This is the back side of that graph paper and more of the coffee dyed, avocado dyed, the back of the other side of that paper bag. And inside is my trademark tea bag with this lady enjoying her cup of tea. And this one has some strawberry tea in it, I believe. Strawberry Sensation. And it is delicious tea, by the way. It makes the best iced tea. And then I always like to put some beads on the ends of those. Okay, and then they kind of dangle out of the side of the journal as well as for a little bit of book jewelry there. And I attached these very lovely ladies in their fine dresses. It's just a journal card and the back of the other side of one of those gardening pages. And then this pocket, I put some fun things. I have a Kool-Aid dyed index card and a vintage playing card and a birdie tag tucked into this pocket. Fun things to journal on. I hope the lighting is okay. It's so late in the day and I've got my light propped up in kind of an odd way, so hopefully you're able to see things well. Okay, so this is fun. This was something I got in I want to say from an Etsy shop, maybe STL Finds by Lori, her wonderful junk journal pack that I got. I believe that's where this came from. I love just how beautiful embossed cardstock is. So pretty. And I just made a little doily tuck there and put one of Gayle's gals on there. Here's the back side with all those sweet faces from the 1940s. More coffee and avocado dye. And then the last, second to last page is a pocket with a vintage recipe card. And the very last page, I put some flower seeds and a pretty flowered note card. So the pocket on the back is this kind of tuck style pocket. And then here are the ties to tie the journal. And that is our little, I don't really have a name for these. I guess I could call them Gayle's Gals mini journals. But they are about 6 inches tall by about 4.5 inches wide. Okay, so I'm going to start the flip through of the second one. I won't dilly-dally too long because it is very similar. You can see there are some differences in the cover though. This is the cover that has the actual vintage embroidery, and it's got a slightly smaller one of Gayle's Gals, and I used this Kathy Holden stamped fabric, and I used some vintage trim. So the front's a little bit different, but also similar. The insides are almost identical. Very minor differences. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip through this one, and I'll try not to talk. That's not easy, you know. Okay. Your crazy is showing. You might want to tuck that back in. This is a Kathy Holden fabric flip. Some vintage trim. Beaded dangles. Hope you can see those well. I'll try to lift it up. Is your drama going to have an intermission soon? Who left the bag of idiots open? Another fun Tim Holtz snarky comment. And my husband's relatives that we aren't sure exactly who they are. See, it's hard not to talk. I just want this to be quick and not too painful. I'm trying to be hushful, as my daughter would say, be hushful. And that is it. I've got the seed packet and a playing card in the back. And this has the back pocket because it's in the back of the paper bag, and there will be a surprise in there. All of my journals come with some surprises. This is the back. Excuse me for sniffling. Okay, so that is it. These are my two Gayle Agostinelle Gayle's Gals and Feedsack digital inspired small journals. I will be doing the still photography and putting them into my Etsy shop. It may be too late. That's what I'm concerned, is that it may be too late today. I may not have good enough lighting or adequate lighting to be able to finish the still photography. So if they're not in my shop tonight, they will be tomorrow morning. So thank you for watching. I am working now on 2 full-size journals. One is a farm journal, kind of farm-like, country, farm-to-table kind of inspired journal. And the other one I'm kind of not announcing yet because I'm between 2 and I haven't decided which one I'm gonna delve into. But the farmhouse one will definitely be the next one. So that's it for today. Happy Easter, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.